Cardano charges towards $1.50 overnight. Right now, consolidating a little bit. Is there still room for upside for this top 3 cryptocurrency? What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that like, hit that subscribe on the way in. Turn the notification bells on. If you're on Twitter right now, hit that heart. Hit that retweet right now. $1.50? Are you serious? I mean, Cardano is charging towards $1.50. We want to talk about that area. It is incredibly important on this short-term hourly chart. I'm going to break everything down. We're going to visualize this chart like you haven't seen yet. Before we do, take a look at this very quick clip from June 6, 2020. There's such a wide spread between what Ethereum did going into the last bull market, and Cardano hasn't had the opportunity yet to perform in a bull market. Keep that in mind. Now let's look into the numbers. This is so important, everybody. This was Cardano, or just under 9 cents, and we were talking about a macro point, which is in terms of bull cycles, and we're going to zoom in on the zoomed in. We're going to zoom in on the micro, but in terms of cycles, this is Bitcoin entering the bull market in, January 2017, last cycle. Here's Ethereum. This is what we were talking about in the video. From that point, entering its first bull market for Ethereum saw like 18,000% gains. Now, that was just parabolic gains for Ethereum. Cardano last bull cycle didn't have a full bull cycle, if you remember. It was very short-lived. But this time around, Cardano, as Bitcoin enters its bull market right around November, right here, and Cardano enters the cryptocurrency bull market with the rest of the cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. This is Cardano's first bull market cycle. And you can see Cardano right now up around 1,200% thus far. So keep in mind, last time Ethereum saw 18,000% gains from the entry of the bull market to the swing high, bull market high. Right now, Cardano is up around 1,200% or so. I'm not sitting here saying Cardano is going to see 18,000% gains, but in terms of market cycles, this is an incredibly powerful idea. And this is why I got so bullish on Cardano and why I've been covering Cardano since all the way back here, with everything fundamentally happening with Cardano right now. So we start zooming in on the charts and we start saying, okay, wow, Cardano is just making moves. What is next? And one thing I want to note real quick, this is interesting to me. If you look, this was the end of July. Shelley mainnet came to Cardano. We were seeing really nice gains, and that actually was like marking a swing high for Cardano before consolidation. One thing to keep in mind, markets were consolidating back then. We were not even yet in a bull market. But right now, as the Mary hard fork gets ready, for mainnet March 1st, we're putting in an interesting swing high. So I'm not saying that it's going to follow the same exact type of deal where now that this event has happened, we're going to consolidate. It's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's just a really interesting dynamic on the charts right now in terms of what's being implemented and price and this swing high. So let's talk about price. And let's start here. This is just from 2 days ago. Cardano at $1.04. Now, where this right shoulder goes, I don't know. If it forms, I don't know, but it's very speculative. But if this does form somehow in the coming hours or days, we have this neckline right around $1.13. We have a breakout target of around $1.50 for that as well. So we have two $1.50 breakout targets for Cardano. And again, in this bull market for Cardano, that is a $2.50 targets for Cardano, everybody. And let's zoom in and let's check this out. This is what has transpired on these charts. And this is crazy because I just did that 2 days ago. And look, if you look at that exact inverse head and shoulders, Cardano pretty much, I mean, on this chart, I think it's $1.49, a swing high $1.49. But look at this target, $1.50 target. Here's that right shoulder I was talking about. Wondering if it would form, it formed. So the inverse head and shoulders was the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. It formed. We broke the neckline as discussed in the video. $1.50 target. We can essentially say it was hit. We had the symmetrical triangle target we were tracking for a while. The breakout was, February 19th or so. $1.50 target essentially hit. $2.50 targets hit, everybody. Even in the most volatile environments, the most parabolic, bullish environments, Cardano still abiding by the rules of technical analysis, meaning hitting perfect resistance at this target. Not only that, we have this upper trend line Cardano's interacting with right now. Have to keep an eye on that. Last two swing highs, Cardano saw resistance. Obviously, that's what created the trend line. And we got consolidation. Is this in store in the short term? Be very mindful of that. Even going into this very bullish week, March 1st for Cardano, be very mindful of downside. But now that we're at this trend line and we actually broke it briefly and we're testing it now, it's worth noting a $2.20 target for Cardano. I've had it charted in recent videos. I've kind of hesitated talking about it too much. When we're down here in the $1.10 range, it's kind of like, let's hit some shorter term targets, like $1.50 before we're talking about a 220. I'm not trying to hype everybody up, but now that we're testing a technical trend line, the formation, the channel is there. There's a $2.20 target to the upside. Very similar, actually, if you zoom out on this hourly chart, very similar to what we saw back in, and this wasn't long ago, so beginning of February, believe it or not. This is an hourly chart, but we had a similar swing high, rising channel, upper trend line, and Cardano just seeing a little resistance after that awesome swing high, and we're talking 30 some cents all the way to 45 cents, getting ready for a crazy breakout through the upper trend line. Very similar to what's occurring right now. Will that same bullish continuation continue to 220? It's 100% in play right now, and we've been tracking these patterns, and Cardano has just been continually hitting targets. So that's the pattern to the upside. One of the things you want to note as well, alongside the resistance of the $1.50 targets, as well as this upper trend line resistance, there's one more piece of confluent resistance, and this is important. This is the upper trend line touch that we had around February 20th to the last lower trend line touch, and we have a Fibonacci 1618 line sitting right here, and Cardano pretty much hit it perfectly. Just crazy confluence of resistance right here, hitting that 1618 line with the $1.50 target, with this upper trend line. A lot of resistance for Cardano. With resistance comes opportunity to track bullish confirmation, meaning if Cardano, after this, we're seeing some consolidation right here, and on the hourly, we want to see some type of structure. What that looks like, we don't know yet. Could it be a symmetrical triangle? Could it be, some type of falling wedge? We don't know. We have to track this in the hours ahead. But what we're looking for is a continuation to the upside to at least once again test all of this confluent resistance leading up to $1.50. It's a lot of resistance, everybody. But the confirmation, the bullish confirmation, comes if Cardano can make a move above, start closing hourly candles above with higher highs and higher lows. Then the move for 220 becomes extremely realistic. So this is what we have to track in the short term. To the downside, you want to track throwback areas, right? And that would be the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders we just broke out of. Literally, we just broke out of this yesterday right here. You always want to track throwbacks to those areas. For Cardano, we're looking at downside of right around, from where it's right now, around like 17, 18% or so, to all the way to the lower trend line of this rising channel, around a 33% dip. Whether I think it's going to happen or not, everybody, I chart these things because I've been in crypto too long to disregard them and to say, hey, that'll never happen. This stuff happens, everybody. And that's the type of move that nobody thinks would happen, and then it freaks people out. So if it happens, it's just something I'm always mentally prepared for. And it's just part of my game plan. And part of my game plan is mental sanity. I talk about that all the time. Now, do I think it's going to happen? Everybody, I just think there's too much demand for Cardano right now to get that low. The throwback to the neckline, very possible. Very, very possible. A 20% dip to $1.15, $1.20, extremely possible for Cardano. But keep in mind, you might have seen this. FD7 Ventures, Dubai-based crypto investment fund, today said it plans to unload $750 million worth of their Bitcoin over the next 30 days to buy altcoins, Cardano and Polkadot. This is just the beginning, everybody. And all of this happening while the world sleeps on Cardano, even still, a top 3 cryptocurrency. I'm telling you, I'm in the space. I'm on Twitter every day, on YouTube. I read the headlines. Cardano's making some headlines, but it seems like the majority of crypto is still just underestimating Cardano. And that is just insanely bullish, because as parabolic as it's gone, everybody's still ignoring what's happening. And to sum up what's happening, I just tweeted this a little bit ago before I got on here to do this video. Cardano is going to be a multi-asset ledger without the need for smart contracts. The simplicity of this innovation has not even been realized yet. And later this year, when smart contracts do arrive via Plutus and Marlowe, the simplicity will be mind-blowing to the crypto space. So if you look at the roadmap, here's Goguen, the implementation of Goguen, in particular smart contracts. Marlowe comes with the Marlowe Playground, an easy-to-use application building platform that non-programmers, everybody, can use to build financial smart contracts. Together, Marlowe and the Marlowe Playground simplify the process of creating smart contracts for financial applications. That's coming. That's coming soon. On top of what's coming this week, coming up, multi-asset ledger, the on-ramp that Cardano is going to be is the on-ramp for innovation, even outside of crypto space, and people coming into crypto space, companies coming into crypto space, is ridiculous. So all of that paired with, what I talked about at the beginning of the video, Ethereum having its first bull market cycle, comparable to this is now Cardano's first bull market cycle. It's just so bullish, everybody. This is why I've been so bullish on Cardano. The confluence of all of this stuff. And you know me, I'm not like this hype person. It's just I'm in this crypto space for these investments, these long-term investments, midterm investments, whatever I see as opportunity. And Cardano has just been screaming in everybody's faces, like, look what I am doing. Look at the bullishness, everybody. But here we are in the hourly chart, zooming in on the micro, wondering the next move for Cardano. We broke it down. Now we just track that resistance right up to $1.50. The $1.40 to $1.50, extremely heavy resistance. What will happen in the hours ahead? We'll be tracking. Wanted to give you an update. I appreciate all of you. I see you in the chats right now. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, retweet this right now. Hit those hearts. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.